Hello everyone. I want to show you how to make a template of the Mack truck by SCS software. It's real simple to do, not a whole lot to it. Alright, first thing you need to do, you need to get the Mack truck DLC from your games folder. And how you do that is you open your File Explorer, okay, and you go to let's see, your PC, okay. And what you want to do, you want to go to your C drive or whichever drive your game is located on. In my case, it happens to be on C drive. All right, and then you go to Program Files 86. All right, look for a folder called Steam. Okay, and then look for another folder called Steam Apps. And then you'll find a folder called Common, and then American Truck Simulator. Now, these are all your files for American Truck Simulator, and you have your DLCs listed here also. And you're looking for one that says the Mack Anthem. So here it is, DLC Mack Anthem.scs. So we'll make a copy of that, and we'll come to our desktop and we'll create a new folder, and we will call it Mack Anthem. Okay. Oops, says I've already got a folder called Mack Anthem, so we'll call this Mack Anthem version 2. All right, we'll open that folder and we'll paste our DLC in it. Now, if you try to open it, you see that you can't open it. It says it's in an unknown format or damaged. And that's because you need an extraction tool from SCS to open it. So if you go online and you go to SCS Tools, all right, you will see the Game Archive Extractor. Download that, and it's a real small program, doesn't take long to download. Okay, so I'll download it. All right, I'll minimize that. We'll go to our, let's close all these out. All right, so we go to our download folder, and here we find the SCS extractor zip file. We'll copy that. Now we'll place it in our Mack Anthem folder. Okay, so now you should see the SCS extractor zip file and the DLC Mack Anthem SCS file. All right, so we need to extract the extractor. We'll extract it to the same folder. All right, so now we have the SCS extraction tool. We'll copy that. And then I've got these all over my PC. And I'll just paste it here. All right, now clean this up a little bit. All right, so now I have the DLC and the extraction tool. Now to open this DLC, just click it and drag it on the extraction tool, and you'll see open, and just let go, and then this box will appear over here. And just wait till it gets, this box will close when it gets done, so just wait until it gets done, because some files are rather lengthy. All right, so once it's done extracting, you should see a file folder structure similar to your skin mods. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to create a new folder, and we'll call this Mack Mod. And inside this Mack Mod folder, we'll need to create a few folders. You want a vehicle folder. Okay. And you'll want a material folder. Okay. And let's make a base files folder. All right, so inside our Mac mod folder, we should have 3 folders. Base files, actually, you don't, let's rename that. We don't need a folder in there. I'll just talking out loud. All right, base files, material, and vehicle. We don't need a folder there. Okay. So grab these 2 and place these in your base files. And I'll show you the reason for that here in a second. All right, so the file structure is the same pretty much for all your mods that you make. So inside the vehicle folder, you're going to see another folder called truck. All right, put that out of the way so we can work on. Okay, go to our Mac mod, our base files, vehicle. So we need another folder called truck. All right, so new folder, truck. Okay, and inside the truck folder, we got 2 more folders. Okay, so in the upgrade folder, the only thing we have is paint job, so we don't really need that one. In the Mac Anthem folder, okay, we got a lot of things here. Okay. All right, we have an accessory, AI, cabin, chassis, interior, shadows. Okay, and plus we got a lot of different files. So what we can do is take this folder, copy it, and place it inside our truck folder. All right, so now we have the Mac Anthem folder inside our truck folder. All right, so we go back to our base files, and Blender, if you will notice inside these files, the format for your truck. All right, we'll go to the cabin. All right, and here are our cabin files, and you'll notice these are PMC and PMD and PMG files. All right, Blender can't read these, so we have to convert these to PIT and PIM files. So we need another program called Conversion Tools. All right, so if we come here back to our SCS files, you can see that we have Conversion Tools, and you can click on this and you can download the Conversion Tools. Make sure you get the latest one that they have. All right, I've already downloaded Conversion Tools, and I have it in a folder called Blender Tools. Oh, scratch that. I told you wrong. All right. You need converter picks. All right, so converter picks is another program that we need to get. So let's, all right. All right, so the first thing that comes up is your GitHub converter picks, and I do make a converter picks wrapper, but I don't use that. It I just always use the converter picks file. All right, so the converter picks is what converts your files, your PMC and PMD files, to your PIT and PIM files. Okay, and then here's your converter picks wrapper if you choose to use that one, but I just use regular converter tools. So download that from GitHub, and I have downloaded it already, and it is in my SCS Blender tools. So here's our converter picks. All right, we'll go to bin, and if you have Windows like I do, you go to Windows x86, and here's our converter picks.exe. All right, so we take this whole base file and we drag it and just place it over your converter picks, and then it's going to create another file. As you can see, it's creating right now. Okay, and just let it run. Okay, now it creates another file called base files exp. So anything that you put on there is just going to add the exp onto it. We'll rename this to base. Okay, and if we go into our base file, the converter picks did two things. First, it converted your TOBJ files from your hexadecimal file to just a regular file so Blender can read them. So you're going to see these are different. All right, and then the other thing it did was it converted your truck to pick, PM, and pit. All right, so these are all our truck chassis files. All right, and you can also cabin. These are our cabin files. Okay, so now this is ready to import into Blender. So if we just open our Blender, now I've already got Blender tools installed. So in their YouTube videos that show you how to install Blender tools, SCS Blender tools. So I'm not going to go into that. But if you need help, just leave me a comment, and I will try to help you out as best I can. And just delete the cube. All right. So now we have to import the PIT and PIM files. So we're going to import the cabin. So we go to import scsgameobject.pim. All right, and it's going to open up, and then only thing you have to do is go to where your file is located at. So we're on the desktop, and we had it saved to Mac Anthem version 2. All right, and our Mac mod, and then we're in our base folder, vehicle, truck, Mac Anthem. All right, and we want to open up a cabin. So here you got the cabin, you got day cabin, you got the 48-inch cabin, 70-inch cabin, and so forth. All right, so since I always like to go big, let's open up the 70 cabin. All right, so here's our cabin opened up in Blender. All right, notice you got all these warnings over here that shader is not present. We'll get to that in a minute, but for the purpose of making a template, we really don't need all the shaders. All right, and also you'll notice this has like a brown box around it, and this is your collision boxes. This is what tells the game when your truck gets damaged. Okay, so these are collision boxes. And if you want to see the truck more clearly, you can go to SCS Tools, Visibility Tools, and click on this first white box. All right, it takes away all your collision. All right, so now all you're left with is with the cabin. Okay. Now we want to make a template of this cabin. So we need to find only the cabin. So if you'll notice, you've got a lot of objects here. These are the one that has vertices on your wireframe, so to speak. All the ones with the green. All right. So what we want to do, we want to just find the wireframe of our cabin. So the way I like to do it, I just hide everything. Okay. And then I just click on one at a time until I find the file that I'm looking for. All right, and here it is. Okay, it's just the body. No windshield, no trim, no nothing. It is the body. Okay. Let me close this out. All right, so now I want to make a template of this. All right, so what I need to do, I need to go to edit mode. So if you'll notice up here in the corner, it's in object mode right now. So I can click on it, hit tab, and now it's in edit mode. And notice it has the wireframe around it. Okay. Out here to the side, this shows all your vertices, which is these little dots. And then you have edges, which is all these little lines, which is what we want. Or you can select faces. Okay. Either the lines or the faces is the one you want. All right, so that's what we're going to make our template out of. Okay. All right. So in order to make a template, you got to go to UV editing, which is, you can find that right up on this top bar here. So click on UV editing. All right, and you're going to get another window here. Okay. All right. Now what you want to do, you want to select all of these edges. So we hit A, and it selects all. Okay. Now it displays all your vertices here, and notice you got a couple of UV layers. If you go to your UV maps, notice you have UV0 and UV1. Normally your templates are made from UV1. So you come up here and you select UV1. Oh, in this case, is UV0. All right, so this is your template. All right, you have mapped this truck onto your template. And like I said, if it's one or the other. Usually, most of the ones I've seen are on UV1, but in this case, for this Mack truck, it's UV0. Okay, so before you can make a template, you have to put an image on here. And so for those of you that have paint.net, which is a good program, I use it a lot, it's free. We'll just create a new image, and we want this image to be 4096 by 4096. Okay. All right, so this is what we're going to put our template on, and you want to save it as a PNG file. So save, and all my Blender files are kept in my documents. All right, so I have Blender projects, and I click on here, and I've already got a blank image for 4096 by 4096. This is where I make all my templates from, so you'll see a lot of templates here. But anyway, I have a blank 4096 by 4096 already in there. All right, so let's open back Blender. All right, so what I want to do, I'm going to open that image, and I'm going to open it, and I'm going to go to my documents, Blender projects, and then I'm going to look for 4096 by 4096 paint, and I'm going to click on it. All right, so now my template is located on a 4096 by 4096 PNG. Okay, now to save it, go to UV, and go down here to where it says Export UV Layout, and export it. And then, like I said, I put all my templates in one folder. That's my Blender projects folder. So, documents, Blender projects, and then I'll name it Mac Anthem 70, and then click export. Now sometimes this takes a few minutes, especially if you got a slower PC, so just give it a few minutes, and it'll say Blender's not responding, but just give it some time, and it makes a UV layout. All right, so now if you want to see your template, you can go to your paint program here, and you open, and in this case we'll go back to our documents, go to our Blender projects, and we'll look for our Mac Anthem that we just made. All right, so here it is, our Mac Anthem 70. We open it up. Now, notice that it created your template without a background to it, which is really what you want. All right, so I can add things like mirrors and bumpers and everything in this template, just creating it on a new layer. If you want a better view of it, just add a new layer, and white always looks good, so we'll just do white, and there you have it. There's your template for your Mac Anthem. All right. Now, if you want, we'll do another one real quick. Let's do one of, we'll go back to modeling. Okay, and we'll delete this truck. So the only thing you really have to do to delete is just go File, New, General, and then it'll ask you if you want to save. Just select Don't Save, and then you'll come back with your cube again. Delete your cube, go File, Import, SCS Game Object, and just navigate where your cabins are. Right down here is all your recent folders. You can select it from here. So I'm back at the cabin folder. Let's do the 48-inch cabin, and we'll import it. All right, you get all these warnings, but don't worry about those. And all right, so now we have the 48 cabin. All right, remember to get rid of all your collision and all your pointers. Go to Visibility Tools, hit the white block. All right, turn everything off. All right, and then we just kind of start looking. It's the first one we hit. All right, so that's our cabin. Looks like a model car, don't it? All right, so we got to go to edit mode. All right, so there we are in edit mode, and let's go to our edges. And let's go to UV editing. All right, so there's our truck. All right, select A for all. All right, and there's your new template. All right, it's located on UV0 also. And remember, we have to open up our image again and keep it 4096 by 4096. And so we'll go back to our Blender projects. Select our 4096 by 4096 pane. Open it. All right, and there is our template for our 40, 42, 48 inch cab. All right, remember, hit UV, export. Okay, and then we go back to our Blender projects and we call this Mac Cabin 48. And then we export the layout. Like I said, just give it a few seconds. You'll notice it says Blender not responding, but it's creating the UV map. All right, so now that UV map's created, we can go back to here. We can open it. All right, so here's our Mac Cabin 48. We'll open it. All right, and then let's just copy it over to our other one. All right, so we'll edit, copy, and we'll paste it as a new layer. So edit, paste into new layer. So now we paste it into a new layer. Now we have our two cabins, and we can select which cabin we're working on. And as you'll also notice, these are high quality templates. They're not distorted. High resolution. All right, so we'll do one more. We'll put a part on here this time. We'll do a bumper. All right, so we'll go back to Blender. Let's do a bumper. We'll go back to modeling. We need to delete this, so we'll go edit, our file, new, general, don't save, and we come back to our cube. All right, let's delete our cube. And now we're going to open up a bumper, and it's still in a pit PIM format. So we'll go File, Import, Game Object. All right, we'll go back to the cabin, but we'll go up and notice there's a folder called Accessories. All right, so inside these accessories, there's all the accessories for that truck. All right, so we want to add the bumper to the template. So we go to Bumper, and you'll notice there's three bumpers, and you'll just have to pick which one. Usually I go with the larger file because it's usually the correct one. So we'll import that one. All right, so there's our Mac Anthem bumper. All right, and remember, we want to get down to the part that's skinnable. So we go over here to the bumper and roll this down. I'm going to turn everything off. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. All right, so here's the outside shells. Okay, let's see. That's not it. That may be the only thing. All right, so this is our bumper. The rest of it is chrome or black, but remember we got to go to edit mode. So we'll select it, hit tab, go to edit, and we want the edges. Okay. Go to UV editing. Hit A for all. Okay. And there's our bumper. All right, so now we have to put this on a 40 by 96. You want to keep everything on the same size so that you can create different layers with all your parts on it. So we go to Blender Projects and we select our 4096 by 4096 ping. Open the image. Okay, so here's our bumper. All right, and now you want to export your UV layout. Okay, and we can just call it Mac bumper. Export. All right, go back to your paint.net program. We'll go back to our original template and we want to open our bumper. So open, and we want to find a bumper. So look for Mac bumper. Where are you? I do not see it. Let me go back here. Let's export it again. Maybe it didn't take. All right, so UV, export UV layout. And we want Mac bumper. Like we weren't in Blender projects. That's what it was. So let's go back. We were just in the wrong file. So let's just go up one. All right, so let's look for Mac bumper, and that's it. All right, so we'll open it. So here's our new template. And let's copy it. All right, so we copy that layer and we're just going to paste it on this one. So edit, paste in a new layer, and there's your bumpers. All right, and then you can do that for your mirrors. You can do it for your other bumpers. Unfortunately, on this particular truck, the cab deflector and your side skirts, they are on different images. So the Mack truck is unique in that way. But anyway, that's how you create a template from the Mack truck. And you can create templates from other trucks. Some of them are not mapped very well and they may need to be remapped. We'll discuss that later. But for any truck that SCS puts out, all the templates are made the same way. So no need to wait for someone to make a template for you. You make it yourself now. All right, any questions or comments? Just let me know. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Thank you.